What is going on, guys? Will Blandon. Welcome back to the channel. Today pretty much confirmed what I already knew, is that the car rental business is booming right now. Absolutely booming, but it's not necessarily booming if you're on a platform like Hire Car or Turo. I'll give you an example. Turo. You could have a BMW right now, a nice, I'm talking nice, guys. Just picture in your mind any model BMW that you've just been dying to get, or a Mercedes. I'll give you two options. Just picture in your mind any model Mercedes or BMW you always wish you could have. You got this car, right? You could actually put it on Turo right now, list it. You're going to list it high because this is your baby. And this is one of the reasons why you got to leave the emotions out of it. You're going to list it top. And in the analytics of Turo, I don't have a Turo listing, but I've been doing my homework. And the back office of the Turo platform, it'll give you suggested amounts to list your car for. You're going to make it to the top because this is your baby. And might not even rent out, not even one day. You can lower it $20, might not rent out. But I guarantee you, if you advertise that car for rent for yourself on your own personal Facebook page, guys, you could actually put it on your own Facebook page, say renting out my car, 500 down, say $250 a week. Guaranteed you'll get a call with a 1-800 number. Do like me, you go get your own, set up your own 1-800 number that rings back to your cell phone. You will get a call every day to rent their vehicle out. And you could just literally drive around town. I know this stuff works. And I'm going to prove it to you because I'm going to do it myself. I'm not necessarily getting a BMW or Mercedes for this, but I'm going to pick up a certain model and do this, and I guarantee you it'll rent out more often than it would on that Turo platform. So what does this mean? That the car rental business is in high demand. I'm gonna give you another example. I sold my Trax, my Chevy Trax. That was my day-to-day car. So right now I technically have no vehicle, which I'm not stressing about because I got money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? That's more important right now. I could rush right out and go buy some, guys, but I'm being patient because I'm telling you, being patient will get you further in this world. So the point is, I want to rent a car for the day, just to get a little errands done. You know what I mean? I got some personal. I think my Coinbase debit card came in the mail at my UPS address. Get little things done. Take my plates back for the Chevy Trax, and I call Enterprise. They give me a mid-sized car. They're booking me for a mid-sized car. And they tell me that there's some available over the phone. You know, the corporate numbers. But the local branch, after I called them, they put in their appointment, I gave them all my information. The local branch calls me. They have no cars available. None of them came back. I mean, they're supposed to have, I guess, the corporate office sees that the cars that are supposed to come back that day, they count as they're in their inventory. Because Enterprise is so big that they got to go into each individual enterprise to see what they have available. And they see it as available in their stock. But the local one, I think the New Britain one I went with, they called me back. And they have absolutely nothing back. When I say nothing back. But over the phone, the corporate is like, yeah, we got everything. You got this. They have nothing back. And this is an ongoing issue with Enterprise. And I'm not really hating. It's inconvenience for me. Because when you're a customer, you just need your shit. You're inconvenienced, so you're a little mad. But on the business side, what my business mind is thinking, Enterprise, if you took that local enterprise And just imagine it was individually owned by you, your own branding. So it's not in that franchise. Because you got to remember, every enterprise is a franchise. You know what I'm saying? So it's all funneling money to one greedy corporation. But if you just have one of that, the same setup, but just branded your company name, your cars are always going to be out. That means you making dough. You understand what I'm saying? Each enterprise has at least 10 to 20 cars. In and out, in and out. That means you making dough and you're cutting out the middleman because you're not franchising. You know, I don't know if their franchises are all owned by enterprise corporate, but I believe they're franchises. You correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I didn't look into enterprise that deep. But I did notice every enterprise is jamming. I'm talking about their cars are always out, guys. So what does that mean? Why am I sweating? Why am I sweating that? Because if that means I just get 10 halfway decent cars. I'm talking, let's say, for example, 2018 Mercedes, 2018 BMW. You pick a model in your mind, you know, average one. I'm probably not going to go any older than 2018. And ideally, you want to keep the cars and still in warranty. Because you're going to be high-end cars. Literally, you can get up to 10 cars under your own brand now. You make it mandatory that everybody that rents your car has to take your insurance. You make it mandatory they have to take your insurance. Now you're making money on insurance. And once you got your ability to have your own policy as your own dealer, this is definitely, guys, the direction I want to go in. This is my goal. I truly believe cutting out the middleman with this hire car and Turo, you could easily, I did the math, I told you in another video. You know, if I have 9 to 10 Nissan Versa, and the reason why I pick a car like Nissan Versa, it's kind of the perfect, all the Nissan lineups are like the perfect rental cars. You ever notice? Because they're not too complicated. They're with the latest technology, but they're not too complicated. If you get these brand new BMWs and put the average person in it, I won't even be like, because there's so much going on, and it's, you know what I mean? And some of these BMWs, they don't even have the typical stick transmission. There's no stick there. It's like a button. You know what I mean? So I be getting these cars like I'm in a spaceship. Like, what the Nissans still have the latest technology where you can link up your phone. So you got your Apple Play, your Google Play, but it's not too complicated. So they're like the perfect rental line. I think Nissan is a perfect rental car line for some reason. You know, you got your perfect small, mid-size, big cars, like the new Pathfinder. I don't know why. Nissan's like the perfect rental car line, in my opinion, because they're not too complicated. Even the 2022s that are coming out, they're not too complicated. They're still with the latest technology without going overboard on the technology. Toyota, Honda, get in some of these brand new 2021s. They're getting complicated. Maybe I'm just an old head. Maybe hit me in the comments if I'm just an old head. I don't know what I'm talking about. But Nissan just seems like the perfect rental line, car rental line. So you can get like 9 Nissan Versas. I think you can get these cars for as little as 10 to 12 grand if you go with a slightly older one, like a 2020. You could walk out with a Nissan Versa. These new ones, they look like Sentras. They're nice. Own the car, or take a business corporate credit card. Bam, 10 G's. You could purchase the car, put down half, act like you're financing it, and just pay it off later. Just make sure in the deal there's no prepayment penalties, and just pay it off later, because you'll be in the dealership all night trying to get them to just let you buy the car straight out. So just make them think you're going to finance it, do whatever you got to do. Just make sure that in the paperwork there's no prepayment penalty. And you don't need the gap insurance, because remember, you got your own insurance for your own car rental business. this is the direction I'm going in. And the reason why I keep mentioning Nissan, I'm probably going to go with the Nissan line, like for all my newer stuff. But you got to have a luxury line too. Luxury line could be whatever, BMW, Mercedes. But I'm talking about that lower line, tier line, for the average person. Let's say they want to do Uber and Lyft. Put them in a Nissan Versa, really small, compact car, perfect for Uber Eats, Postmates, DoorDash. Perfect little vehicles, these new ones, and they look good. The new Nissan Versas look like Sentras. I'm confused. I look at that's a Sentra? Oh, it's a new Versa. They look nice. And you can own the car. You put this thing, if you did put it on a hire car, the car is only 10, 12 G's. You rent that out for a couple months, it's gonna pay the damn car off. I just say put it in a card. Put it on even a personal card if you had to. If you got a high-end personal card, like $50,000, put it on a card, pay it off because you get the title. You see what I'm saying? That title is valuable because even though it's depreciation, it's going to lose value. The car is going to make you so much money, guys, and you got the title. So later you can go to your, as you're renting the car, you could be like, you got a long-term renter. And be like, look, keep in mind, the car's already paid for. He rented it so long, the car's paid for. So you go, look, you had this car so and so long, you might as well just buy it off me. And let them buy it off you for only 2 G's. But like, just let them, you might as well buy it off me. Because the car is depreciated. I'm saying like at the 5-year mark. You end up getting 2 G's, the car's already paid for. You already made your money. You know what I'm saying? And you'll have your dealership combined with your car rental business at one location. You can even brand them separately. Matter of fact, I suggest you brand them separately, but they could be at the same location. But you'll have a corporate address. Both of the corporate addresses will be in a different location. But I'm saying physical address could be the same location. So you got the car rental business and you got the car selling business at the same location, branded 2 separate names. You know what I mean? And how I'm going to do it, I'm going to brand them similar names. I don't want to reveal my corporate name that I'm going with for my S-Corp yet. Not yet, but eventually. But you see that this is like a master way to start your own car rental business. And I even found the right person to teach me this whole strategy. It's actually a course. I'm going to purchase their course. And how I found them was David Shan's Social Proof. Check them guys out. I watch Social Proof, Earn Your Leisure. I'm telling you guys a game, how I'm figuring all this out, how I'm learning all this stuff. It ain't just Glenn and Cameron. You know what I mean? It's not just Glenn and Cameron. There's a lot of host of people that you could take this information and actually build a real business. And I was watching one episode of David Shan's Social Proof on YouTube. And it was these 3 guys, and they were in the car business, but they had it mastered like to a T. Every step of the way, how to get in the game. You could even partner with them if you have over a 700 credit score and a house. If you have personally a 700 credit score and you own a house, you can easily get $500,000 to $2 million, easily $500,000 out the gate. Just bam, just to rent cars, just to buy new cars to rent. And at that point, I would go after and try to get a warehouse. The goal in mind for me is to try to own a warehouse as well under a separate name, under my holding company. That's the goal for me, to own a warehouse under separate LLC. The car rental business pays rent to that company. That's how I'm going to structure it. Y'all think I'm playing this year, yo? I'm out there making this stuff happen. I realize I got to prove it to the world. I got to make it. I got to do this stuff myself. You know what I'm saying? I got to become a corporate citizen myself. Build good personal credit myself. Business credit. Corporate credit. Have one physical business. That's all I need. And then guys, I'm all over the place. I really want to do an event space. I really do. Those are like two of the main things I want to do. I want to do that's just one. I got like 4 different ideas, guys. But the car rental business is definite. I'm going to take my time. I know I'm talking like it's going to be tomorrow, but I'm going to take my time. I'm going to purchase one car at a time, rent it out, another car, rent out, because it's a lot of work. I want to get the kill switches and the trackers, and it is going to be a lot of work. But even if it takes me a year, so what? So what? You know, I do have the integrity situation, the black table. It might come through. If that comes through, that's only a plus. For those of you who haven't been watching and you're new to the channel, you got to check the links below. I have more information about them. But basically, they have a situation where they could possibly get me up to $2 million. Am I waiting on it? No. We are making things happen with or without Integrity. That's my attitude, you know. But if that comes through later, it's only going to help. It's only going to speed up this whole process. Because then I'm just going to take corporate credit, bang, buy another car. Bang, buy another car. So I want the titles. I basically want to do like Glendon without cash. It's more like a Richard Fain idea, where you use corporate credit, purchase my vehicles. I still have the titles. There still is debt because you got to pay the cards. There's still debt, keep in mind, but the cars are paying the debt back. As long as I don't have to pay back the debt out of my own salary, guys, I have a perfect business, at least a 6-figure business right there. And then the hardest part to get it to scale really is bringing the right staff. That is, believe it or not, the hardest part of all of this, is finding and hiring the right staff. Let's keep it real, especially in the pandemic, because I don't even want to work. So imagine other people that don't want to work. Try getting a good employee right now. Try it. I don't even want to work. So I know a lot of other people out there, they're still getting this government funding, and you know, if you're a hustler like me, you got enough to last you a while. You know what I mean? You could kind of just chill and just focus on building your business. You know what I mean? So, but there's people who got way more than I got. You know, even Glendon Cameron, I think he said he got the EIDL. He got a $150,000 EIDL. And I believe he said he didn't get the PPP, I believe. But you gotta keep grinding. This is my plan for the car rental business, but I do got a lot of other plans. If I jam that into this video, we'll be going on like a whole hour. But I do have a quick snippet I'll give you. I also plan on doing a nonprofit. I already have the right law firm to set that up. It's gonna be like 9 to 10 grand. It's gonna take about 9 to 12 months to get the exemption, but I'll already have the name, the EIN, so I can start promoting it, fundraisers to get the money. I'm not gonna do affordable housing in the capital of Connecticut, in the Hartford area. Trying to make Hartford sound better, the capital. You know what I'm saying? Because I know by targeting the capital, it looks like shit. I'll keep it real with y'all. Hartford looks like shit, but it's the capital. There's a lot of low income areas that if you come in with the capital and you have a nonprofit, they're gonna give me the money to actually fix up the properties on the local level. You know, and that same law firm, they could even do the paperwork for that stuff. I could literally pay them and be like, you guys fill this out. I don't understand. Fill this out, nigga. Because they're the ones that set up my nonprofit. They know how to do the paperwork to get the money for your nonprofit. So I literally could just send them my paperwork. Yeah, they gotta charge me every time. You know these companies, they get you every time. It might be $500 until I send them some forms for them to do. But I know it's done right, and I know it's done legal. That's the best thing about this journey, that I've learned connections. I feel like I got a connection for everything. If I need a logo or website done, I got a connection for that. I got 1 million connections for corporate credit, guys. Believe it or not, I got 1,000,001 connections for corporate credit. But I'll tell you why I don't jump ahead, because I'll be honest with you, my younger brother, he has probably a 700 credit score. I can go scoop him up right now, get him to qualify for me to get all this credit for my car rental business. But you know what? Now I gotta cut him in. And it's not that, oh yeah, some of you looking at it, you should cut him in, that's your brother. You don't ever want to count on anybody else when you're starting out. Later on, partnerships could be built. Like later, after I build my dealership and everything's going good, I may go to my brother and be like, yo, you could do a subset of this. I'll partner with him on that. You know, he might just have 4 or 5 cars on hire car. And he can handle that. But that'll be a separate business for myself. At least your S Corp should be separate. Obviously, it has to be if it's an S Corp. It has to be one business. You brand yourself. You keep that totally separate from doing business with anybody else. And I think you should start out doing this stuff on your own if you can. If you can. And yeah, it's going to take me a little bit longer to get my personal credit score up. But guys, I'm in the 6s. It's not the end of the world. I just got to be a little bit more patient. Because even though I'm impatient, I'm telling you guys to be patient, but I'm a little bit impatient at times. But I'm in the 6s, if you want to know. I don't know where exactly, because every score is different on every bureau, but I need to just get into the high 7s. I want to get in the high 7s. I want to be above a 740. And then I can get all the financing I need in case the corporate credit don't come through. Corporate credit is going to come through, but that's slow. You know, the only chance I do of getting some lines soon is Navy Federal, because I've already built a relationship with them. So I can easily apply for a personal line. I'm not jumping the gun yet. I'm trying to make this very targeted situation. But I'm going to get a personal line first, see how big that is, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the business line after I get on payroll. I'm still dragging. I didn't get on payroll yet because I'm trying to find the right company for that. But I'm going to put myself on payroll. That's going to give me the ability to go out and purchase a new car if I need to, buy a new house if I need to. You know, I have to qualify. I have, for some reason, if you go in and say, well, I own a business, that's going to be a lot of personal business information they're going to want. But if you go in as a regular individual and your business just happens to be your job, it just makes the process easier. You got pay stubs. Everything's easier. You know, so you got a 750 credit score and you got pay stubs, bam, do, easy. And Navy Federal has a great home loan that basically I will get a really low interest rate, I think like 3%. And then they include the insurance. A lot of times you got to go out and dig and look for that. They include that for you, which that makes that process easy. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My first home loan is most likely gonna be Navy Federal. But I've built a relationship with them. It's been over a year, guys. I've had this relationship with Navy Federal. A lot of you guys just now watching this and be like, oh, let me start a relationship with Navy Federal. The sooner you start, the better you are. So I say get into Navy Federal as soon as possible. You know, just make that your emergency fund. Make it a separate on your personal. And then if you already have an LLC or business, I say start another one in Navy Federal too. Open another account. Don't, even if it's your main business account over here and say Bank of America or Chase, that's fine. But just send a little portion of your business money over to Navy Federal. Say once a month, like $1,000 if you can. That's going to build a great relationship with Navy Federal. You know? And the car rental business, I'm telling you guys, it's in high, it will be in high demand for a long time coming. And another thing, winter's coming. You better have some SUVs to rent out. That's all I'm going to say. And Nissan has a great lineup. You got the Rogue. I don't know if they still got the Murano. The Pathfinder, the new Pathfinders. That's the joint, the new joint. That's I think it's like a 7-passenger vehicle. You know, Nissan has a great lineup for the car rental business. But I also know I'm gonna have some high-end cars, a couple Mercedes, BMWs, stuff like that. But if an Uber driver comes to you and he needs to do, say, with the Uber Black or whatever, or Premier, whatever they call it now, there's a car for that in the lineup. Or if they just want to do Uber X, there's a car for that in the Nissan lineup. That's why I like the Nissan lineup. Are they as good as Toyota as far as reliability? Probably not as good as Toyota on reliability only. But Toyota, that's what I'm saying, they're more complicated. The newer cars are more complicated. For us old heads anyway. I guess you young kids can get in and figure it out and you'll be happy. But the Nissans, you're just familiar. You just get in, bam. You still got the regular, none of them are automatic transmissions anymore. I think they're CVTs or whatever, but you know, they got the stick there. You get in some of these new BMWs, there's no stick. It's like a button to drive, reverse. I was like blown away when I got one. I was like, what is this? So if you're gonna rent to the general public, you're gonna have like cars for generally everybody will understand them, not just, you know, millennials and younger. So that's my idea of where I'm gonna go with the car rental business. The reason why I'm able to give up this idea and not even stress out, even if you're in Connecticut, the likelihood of one of you actually doing this is so rare that I'm not worried. And then for you guys outside of Connecticut, there's room for this for everybody. Think about how many enterprises are in your state. Count how many enterprises in your state. That's how many more people could come into this and then still be room for you to make a 6-figure business. Renting cars. I predict the car rental business is actually in some ways better than real estate. And it's the margins. Because when I told my landlord this, she was even blown away. Think about it. You can buy a $30,000 car and it bring you in $2,000 a month. You can go out and buy a $300,000 house and it only bring you in less than $2,000 a month. You see the numbers? It was less overhead for you to get that car. So now it's an asset now. It's not a liability. And it costs you way less. And now you can go lower. Let's go lower than that. Nissan Versa, less than $20,000. I think you can get one fully loaded and it'll still be like $15,000 to $18,000. Brand new. 2022, you know? So when people get in, they get that brand new feeling. You know what I mean? And at the end, when the car pays it all off, even if you already bought it, you already got title. Once you wait till the car pays down that debt, and you turn around, you still sell it. This is what I'm trying to do. The car rental business, I guarantee you guys, it's gonna be a home run. I guarantee you. And I'm shout out to Glendon Cameron on Savage Finance. Not that he gave me the idea, because I already had the idea to do this before him, but I was just thinking hire car. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking like Turo and hire car only. I wasn't thinking about the whole game later of going outside of this and really going out and doing my own car rental business. But some of you might be asking, well, why don't I get in Glendon Cameron's corporate papers? And this is the honest answer. I've already soaked in some of Glendon Cameron's stuff. You know, I've got quite a few of Glendon Cameron's courses in the earlier years. And I'm not going to say that I'm smart enough that I don't need his knowledge, but he's still not the master on the car rental side. And truth be told, all that corporate stuff, you guys know I already know a lot of that stuff. I'm not gonna try to act like I got all the answers, but I already know, obviously, how to do my own holding company, how to structure things a certain way, how to save in taxes. I got my tax advisors for that. So you guys will basically, if you're just coming into this game, I get it, how you might want to go get his, because I had one subscriber that emailed me and she got the corporate papers. And that's fine. I'm not saying don't get it. I'm just saying it's just not needed for me. I'm going to go to these other three guys' course because they've been selling cars for years. They're younger than me, but they've been selling cars for like 20 years. And they know exactly all the ins and outs on the car rental side as well. What insurance to get. And they basically will help you get the funding and everything. If you work directly with them, they'll help you get the funding and everything. You know, Glennon's not gonna really do that. You can get them on the phone. You can get Glennon on the phone, but I mean, once, real quick. You know, Glennon is on that level that you're not gonna be able to grab him on a one-on-one and just talk to him and chat it up with him on the phone like you can do me. I've had even people like bitch at me. They'd be like, yo, why is it so hard to get you on the phone? Because I'm busy. I'm busy. You know, I'm gonna have time to just sit around and wait for your phone call. Like, I'm busy. And this was people that weren't paying me. So I had people actually yell and get bitchy with me and tell me, don't try to act like you all that. No, it wasn't all that. You're not paying me, but you're trying to put me on a schedule. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur so I don't have to be on a schedule. When you're bitching me out to get me on the phone for free. This is why I structured the holding company course. Because that cut all down. When I stopped picking up the phone for free, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was like this every day. Just, yup, do this, giving out free information, free. When I realized, I was like, I gotta get money for my time, at least. That's when I came up with the holding company course. It wasn't really about the holding company so much as it is, this is a way to monetize that and cut the phone calls down for people that really, really want to invest in me and my time. So if you really want to invest in me and my time, you get the course, you get me on the phone. And I say an hour, but we may be on the phone for like 3 hours. I'll keep it real with you. I love to talk. So if you do get me on the phone, you'll most likely I'll only do like 2 of those a day. You know what I mean? So I would never, I will give you my undivided attention, basically, if you call me. And you just got to get the holding company course and then call me. But this is what I'm trying to do. And I think it's very doable, guys. So like I said, 9 Nissan Versa, 6-figure business right there. But you got to think bigger than that. Let me go to 20. Not necessarily 20 Nissan Versas, but by then you're going to start building diversity. You know what I mean? As thing goes on, you're going to have diversity. You're going to have some newer cars, you're going to have some older cars. You're going to have your cars just for your Uber drivers. So you'll figure that part of the game out. You know what I mean? But, like, for example, I didn't want to go through, like, Glennon's going through some mistakes. He don't mind doing that because Glennon's got a lot of money. If you got a lot of money, you can have time to play around. That's why I don't think Glennon really gets that part. Because if you do have a lot of money already, the game is easy. You know, so yeah, we're trying to figure ways to do the game, and you kind of getting down on people a little bit about financing cars. You got to finance the cars to get in the game. But I guess he's mad at people that, you know, that act like they can just buy a car if they want to. And Glennon be getting mad at them though. You moist men. You moist men. All in the camera. You're moist. Because I guess guys stay out of Glennon comment shit, guys. If you guys are haters, don't even get in your comments. Because I'm tired of hearing Glennon call y'all moist. I want to get to the content. He'd be sitting there 10 minutes. You moist men. But that's my boy, Glendon. But I truly believe, even though I didn't come up with the idea, well, I did come up with the idea, but Glendon made me feel lazy because he's a few years older than me. And Glendon had it made, guys. Glendon he has a $1 million business. Think about this. Glendon Cameron has $1 million business, and he got young bitches who will come right to the house. He could literally not even go out on a date if he didn't want to. He got the bitches, young bitches, come to his house. Because Glendon is like me. He'll date them in his 20s. You know what I mean? Even though he's 50-something. But he still went out and wanted to do a physical business. And guys, I haven't done a physical business since the wireless cell phone communication business I had. And that was 98 to 2001. Long time ago. That was my last physical business. You know, I don't even count Uber business because it's just like I'm a sole proprietor just driving around the car. You know, I guess you can count that. So it's going to be new for me to do a physical business. I will start from wherever I'm living and just do a delivery type rental situation. But eventually I'll hammer it down and get a location. But we're going to start one car at a time. We're not going to get crazy. And use whatever we got to use, corporate credit or whatever we got to use to get it done. You know, so thanks for supporting the channel. If you want to hear more of this, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll catch you guys next time.